Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweetie's Homeschool YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 12, 9, and 6. So we are finishing up our 7th year of homeschooling and we are going to be starting our 8th year of homeschooling next year. And today's video is all about like the family subjects. And some people might be sharing like history and science especially. A lot of those subjects are usually family style, and I'm actually going to show a little bit of that, but if you have seen past videos, I actually did a separate video of history and a separate video of science because we aren't going to do the main curriculum together as a family. My oldest likes to kind of go off by herself, and I do sometimes group the younger 2 daughters together. But we are not doing the majority of their curriculum family style. Although you will see this and think that I'm like crazy, I think. So we're kind of doubling up on things. But today's video is a collaboration hosted by Davine at Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna at Homegrown Homeschool. And there will be a playlist down below with all the other moms sharing what their family subjects, whether it's Bibles, all sorts of things. So I have a lot to show you today, and I told you you'll probably think I'm crazy. We won't do this every day, but one thing that we have realized this year in the last few weeks, we have realized that if we do our family subjects in the morning, like our Bible time and things, it makes our day so much smoother. So as long as I'm not trying to rush through it, it's a good day. I think sometimes we kind of push it aside. If we have like appointments, then I want them to get their math and things done, but these are just as important and fun, and they like these things. So I'm going to get started with what we are carrying over. So we are carrying over Grapevine Studies, Bible Study Journal. This is Old Testament. We are not all the way through this, so we are just going to carry this over into next year. We really enjoy it. I have a video all about this. If you want to look that up, I will try to link it up here. But we have really enjoyed it, and it goes really smooth. Other thing that we will carry over, we will be moving on to the next level. So Story of the World this is going to be on my iPad. This is the volume 2. We have been reading volume 1 at breakfast and pretty much almost finished with it. We will be finished before next school year, and so we'll just move on to volume 2, and that is the Middle Ages. And so the next thing that we're carrying over is the medieval history from Rabbit Trails Through History. I just did a flip through on this, but we kind of coordinate a little bit with the Story of the World and this. I think that it'll go well. It went well with like the ancient times. That's what we've been doing, partly because I don't go on as many rabbit trails as I should with this curriculum, because I'm just not great at that. And so we might go on a little more. I have a lot more resources with medieval stuff because we were actually supposed to do Middle Ages like this year and we didn't do it. So we will read this at breakfast. So this is where we're doubling up a little bit on like history and things, but I think it's okay because we sometimes push that aside. So like I'm okay with like still doing this and this together. It doesn't take us very long, and we won't do this we won't do this every day. We'll probably do it like once a week or once every other week. So I'm okay to keep doing this, and this takes us 5 minutes or so to read at breakfast. Another thing that we're carrying over is government. We are doing this about weekly, maybe every other week or so. So my plan is to just keep going through this in the fall, and since it's election year, this will be coming in handy for all that information. We're doing botany right now, and From the Good and the Beautiful, my oldest said she doesn't really love botany and learning about flowers, but she's going with the flow with it. I do like their new versions. This might be our first one with the new versions with the workbooks. I did get the 7th and 8th grade workbook for her, and then the 3 to 6 workbooks for my younger girls. And I will say, like, we aren't doing, because she's doing another science, we aren't doing like all the extensions like the way that they're said. So I don't really care if in the future we don't do all the extensions or even get the 7th and 8th grade workbook, but I do like their science, the new science. The old ones were okay, but they weren't really my favorite, and I just like some of the changes they've made. So we have gotten safety unit, and I have the workbooks already for all 3 girls. I just got the 3 to 6 workbooks. I bought this used, but it's in good shape. And we have some of the extra books. We actually did the old version of this years ago with my oldest and maybe my middle, but my youngest has never done it. And so I think this would be good to be revisited because there's all sorts of things to learn safety about. And especially as my oldest is starting to become more independent, staying at home more, and you know, sometimes I'm leaving her places alone. So I think this will be good to revisit, and I'm excited to do that sometime this year. So some of the other things that we are going to include. So we are already starting Titanic. I don't know if we will finish it before the fall, but we'll just continue it in the fall if we need to. They've expressed that they really love unit studies. And so I do have a few more campfire curriculum, but I don't think we're going to do those as family subjects. I'm just going to squeeze them in when, you know, I have all the time. But we have at least one, maybe more, of these Harbor and Sprout unit studies. This one is homesteading. I don't know if my girls will be ecstatic to do this. They loved Harbor and Sprout's unit study last year with the forensic science. They thought that was so much fun. It might have just been the mystery part, so I'm hoping that they still love it. But we have a few others that we have like on our list that we might get next year. I know one was the textiles and fashions, and then another one was visual arts. I know all of them would like a visual arts one. So we might be working on some of those here and there. I'm not going to start one right away while we're still doing Titanic and botany, but that might be happening. Another thing that I want to do, and I tried to do it some this year, but I'm not great at like enforcing it and like coming up with ideas, is like journaling. And so what I'm thinking is we have writer's workshop from Layers of Learning, and so I think that we will use this kind of as our guide for journaling and writing and projects and things. So we've had this for years and started using it a few years ago, and then we just stopped. I don't know why, but we just stopped. And so we're going to pick this back up and use this, I don't know, once or twice a week, probably not every day. Honestly, our family time will it will only be 4 days or less, because usually we have an early morning with piano 1 day a week. So that is, I got to figure out a schedule. We'll see just how these things go. So some of the things that might be, I don't know how we'll divide this into quarters or switch weeks or what we'll do. I'm thinking we'll try to focus on one of these like a quarter. So the first thing is Training Aliens by Fun to Learn, and same creator that wrote all the Grammar Galaxies. She has come up with this. It's so I actually have a faith-based. This is the training manual and teacher's guide, and then I also have the non-faith-based. I printed that one out as a PDF. And then I also have the Adventures in Social and Emotional Skills. So this is the main like reading book. And so you read this and you do some of the activities in this. These are not like necessarily workbooks. They do have some printables that you might need. But I will do a whole flip through here in the next week or two of this. It's such a great option for social and emotional skills. So it's Training Aliens, so we are going to be working on that. I still have and love the Biblical Worldview on Mental Health. So these can kind of go hand in hand. We just pick this up and just have great discussions on emotions. And so I have really liked this. Another one that I have a video on previously, this is The Secret of Handling Money God's Way. And basically these are just stories, and I have the teacher's guide as well, but I don't even know if we would need the teacher's guide. We're just gonna read the stories and discuss the questions, and it's just kind of going through like how to handle money biblically. So those things we might kind of alternate. And then I also have a couple other things. So I have Woven Melodies, and we've had this for a couple years as well, just haven't used it yet. And so I'm hoping that we will actually try to do this maybe a semester or a quarter as well. It's a great curriculum, and I'm excited. I think we tried to do it a couple years ago when my youngest was in story time and my older two, but I think all three of them could benefit from this. It's so pretty, and I love just the few lessons that we did. So I printed out the student workbook. I will probably just do the teacher's guide like on my iPad and click the links and everything on there. So I'm going to print out more student books for them. I also still have these art books that we like never get to, and so I might try to purposely put these into our family basket. This is Living Art Lessons. This is by Master Books. I think seriously we bought this when it first came out years ago. So we have the workbooks somewhere too. I think I might have them in PDF. So I have this, and then I have the Evan Moore How to Teach Art to Children, and has great lessons in here as well. So we have art. Then the last couple things on my list, we love Guest Hollow here in the house. And so this year we started with good intentions. We started anatomy, the little kids, and I think the junior, it goes up to middle school. I don't have the high school one, but we started that, and we had the intention of going to my mom's house, she is a retired registered nurse, and so she was kind of helping us with like the lessons, but like schedules got crazy and we haven't done it as regularly as I wanted. So I'm gonna really try hard to like schedule that in, but we are gonna continue with Guest Hollow Anatomy. We've had a lot of fun with it so far. I kind of build from it. I love that it's a buffet and you can pick and choose, and it gives me like a bouncing off point that I can add in more too. So not that you need to, because Guest Hollow has so many things. So Guest Hollow Anatomy. And then the other thing is, in years past, well, I think it was like 2 years ago, we were working through Guest Hollow Junior Geography, and it was the old version. They have since updated the Junior Geography to be similar to the layout of the high school geography. So I had access to both, and I decided this year, because this past year we have not really done a lot of geography. Here and there we've done it, but not a ton. So with a twist, we are going to be doing geography again with Guest Hollow, but I'm gonna do the junior geography with my little girls, and at the same time, family style, we are going to do high school geography. Now my daughter is in 8th grade. I think this will be fine for her to start. We're gonna kind of take it light, and I don't intend for her to necessarily like finish it this year. I want it to be like something that maybe we continue on for the next few years as she goes through. But what really sold me was I printed this. Unfortunately, I did not do it like double-sided, which I was so sad about, but I printed out the workbook for the high school, and I thought it looked so fun. So lots of fun pages. I'm gonna do flip throughs of how we're doing the geography this year. We will likely do it 1 or 2 days a week. We probably won't do it as the schedule says, but we rarely do Guest Hollow as scheduled, but I am excited to dig into like the book list and find all sorts of goodies with Guest Hollow's geography. So did I leave anything out? Probably. And this is all subject to change, but I'm excited for this year and for like the things that we can kind of dig in together. Obviously, we're probably doubling up on like some science and history, but I'm like, those are things that sometimes get pushed aside. So I'm good with doubling up on those. And there will probably be weeks that we don't do our independent subjects. So let me know what you're doing for whether it's science, history, Bible, or family subjects. Maybe they include those. I would love to hear. Don't forget to check out the playlist down below, and I hope you have a great day.